7, 8, 9.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Holland, and I'm from Poplar Bluff High School. My specific purpose of this speech is to inform my audience about cheerleading injuries and how they occur. This speech, I will be defining what an injury is, how do you treat injuries, what causes cheerleading injuries, and what are some things that you can do to prevent this from happening. Do you ever wonder why so many cheerleading injuries are happening, especially in cheerleaders? I'll be talking about the cheerleading injuries and how they happen. It's important to learn about this so we can find so many ways to stop this from happening. I'm credible to talk about this because I am a cheerleader and I have found specific websites that are credible and they're government websites. My 4 key ideas are: what is an injury, how do you treat injuries, what causes cheerleading injuries, and how do you prevent this or fix this from happening. I will now go into my first topic, which is what is an injury? An injury is any physical harm caused by any unintentional event. These events could be accidents, falls, collisions. Whether minor or severe, injuries can be based off of high demands on the body, which can result in severe bruising, cuts, fractures, sprains, concussions, and a multitude of other situations. Injuries can happen in any circumstance and does not matter how big or little the scenario is. So my next key idea I will be talking about is how do you treat an injury? There are different things you can do to treat an injury. However, it depends on the type of injuries that you have. Minor injuries, you could compress the injury, ice the injury. You could ice the injury, rest the injury, and many other different things. There are multiple different types of things that you could do to help this, like physical therapy, pool therapy, laser therapy, and other instances and physical therapies and types. The type of injury that you had depends on the steps that you should take after your injury is healed. Most places like physical therapy, there are exercises that you can do at home and not always in an office unless your injury calls for it. I have gotten all of this information off of a government website that is called Sports Injuries: Diagnosis, Treatment, and Steps to Take. I will now talk about what causes a cheerleading injury. According to my website, high school cheerleaders experience an average of 3.8 injuries throughout their careers, comparable to 3.5 at the collegiate level. A cause of cheerleading injuries are with gymnastics-like maneuvers performed in cheerleading. It is reasonable to assume that joints under immense pressure require dynamic stability in order to prevent ligament strains. There was a study done on what major injuries were in cheerleading, and they were stunts with 34%, and tumbling was the next with 32%. Then followed were pyramids, basket tosses, stunt or jumps, dancing, all that. But these resulted in sprains or strain injuries. There are also catastrophic injuries, and these result in major head injuries or skull fractures based off of my website. There were 13 skull fractures and 17 severe head injuries. The most common result for this was baskets and pyramid tosses. I have gotten all my research from a website that is called Cheerleading Injuries, a narrative view of the literature. The next topic I would like to inform my audience is going to be talking about, is there anything you can do to prevent this from happening? In my website, it says that there is no doubt that cheerleading injuries can be reduced. If we control cheerleading organizations, there have been safety programs made to raise standard care and safety to reduce the injuries, disabilities, and deaths from cheerleading. In my website, they say that all cheerleaders should have medical examinations, they should have coaches, trained coaches. There should be more conditioning, and everyone should be trained before doing any skill, baskets, jumps, tumbling, dances, all those. Without the proper training and skills, you are more likely to get injured, which is what we are trying to decrease. I've gotten all this information off of a government website that is titled Cheerleading Injuries and Safety. The purpose of this speech was to inform my audience about cheerleading injuries and how we can prevent them. And my key ideas were, what is an injury? How do you treat an injury? What causes cheerleading injuries? And is there anything that you can do to fix these injuries? I hope that my audience will take from what they learned and be more careful during these activities. It is easy to get hurt, and there are multiple ways that you can stop this from happening. Be mindful in your practices, be mindful at competitions, and be mindful anywhere what you're doing. Thank you for listening to my speech, and I hope that you gained something from this. Thank you.